All right, hello everybody. This is American Contractor again. Today is Christmas Day, December 25th, 2019. I've been following this theme about the Iranian trade between Iran and Iraq that is going down. Remember last week I told you that the officials of Iran say there's no problems, that the Iranian trade is not been affected by the protesters, which we all know, and I've told you that it is they are not telling the truth. Now here's another article from the Times of Israel. The headline is, Iraqi protesters proudly boycott Iranian goods as anger simmers. Now if you have the Iranian protesters and the Iraqi protesters and the Iraqi themselves telling everybody, hey, stop doing business with the Iranians and stop doing business with Iranian businesses, because there are Iranian businesses inside Iraq. There's two large banking facilities or banking institutions inside Iraq also. So let's get into this article. This is published today, December 25th at 8:42 p.m. Anger over Iran's stranglehold on Baghdad's political system has helped propel an unprecedented protest movement, and now Iraqi activists are hitting the Islamic Republic where it hurts with a goods boycott. Tehran has held enormous sway over its neighbors since dictator Saddam Hussein was toppled by a U.S.-led invasion in 2003. And that influence has spilled over into the commercial arena, with exports from Iran to Iraq 10 times those moving in the opposite direction. Using the slogan, quote, let them rot, unquote, protesters who have taken to the streets since October 1 to demand wholesale political change are now shunning everything Iranian, from fruit to sugary drinks. For 24-year-old protester Hatem Karim, the boycott kills two birds with one stone. Quote, it allows us to create jobs for Iraqis and means our money stays in the country. There are even hopes the boycott could help revive domestic industry battered by 40 years of intermittent war, a decade of sanctions under Saddam and ineffectual policy since the invasion. Quote, we must boycott all foreign goods to support our own national production, Karim urged. Impromptu open-air markets at protest encampments have stands offering made in Iraq goods to patriotic consumers in a country where 1 in 4 young people are jobless. Only Turkey exports more to Iraq than Iran, which sends products including cars, dairy, and fresh produce amounting to a total annual value of around 9 billion or 8.1 billion euros. Iraq is the OPEC cartel's second biggest oil producer, but more than half of all hydrocarbon revenues have been siphoned off by crooked politicians and their cronies under recent administrations. The private sector is almost non-existent, and industry is on its knees, with the non-oil trade balance into heavy deficit. Numerous factories that shut during the 1990s trade embargo or because of war. The latest devastating conflict came against Islamic State jihadists from 2014 to late 2017. Have simply never reopened. Iraqi factories lack the capacity to supply national demand, warns economist Hamad Tabakali at the Institute of Regional and International Studies in Solomania. Quote, either they are too small or they are not profitable, because there is no private sector to cover the basic needs of 40 million Iraqis. Nearly everything is imported. And if the boycott of Iranian goods escalates, the main beneficiary will not be Iraqi industry, he says. Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Jordan will likely gain the most. Amman recently signed an agreement with Baghdad exempting taxes on the export of some products. Local producers are demanding the state drastically increase import taxes to protect them. They complain they cannot compete with Iran, whose exports have received support from a currency that has been in free fall since the U.S. reimposed sanctions last year. But the young protesters are determined to direct their apparently boundless energy into changing all that. They have launched Facebook groups and film adverts for locally produced fizzy drinks with sparkling studio quality. Quote, we want a renaissance at all levels, including trade. In the Shiite holy city of Karbala, some 60 miles south of Baghdad, Bassem Sakri looks at yogurts and white cheeses leaving his factory's production line. The increasingly revered words, quote, "made in Iraq," appear on each pot. Production has increased fivefold since the start of the protests on October 1, reaching 40 tons per day. One shopper in a supermarket in central Baghdad sees progress. Before, Iraqi products were always the most expensive, but now the price of some goods has more than halved. Yet, while boycott may gain momentum, Iranian firms may already be employing inventive ways to skirt it, according to one activist. An online video shows him scanning the barcode of a pot of a yogurt stamped with Abu Ghraib, Baghdad's biggest dairy farm, mislabeled according to the scanner, which flashes "made in Iran" on its screen. So Iranian businesses and the Iranian government, they are feeling the effects of these Iraqi protesters. So this coming week, which is almost going to end anyways, got tomorrow's the last day for the week. Friday and Saturday, they're going to be off. So they are feeling the effect of the trade, and businesses in Iraq are stopped doing any, Iraqis are doing any kind of business with Iraqi businesses, Iranian businesses, or Iranian merchants, Iranian trade, or not buying anything that is made in Iran. So this is a good thing. I'm supportive of it, and glad to see it's happening. They need to continue on and continue on doing this. It's the only way you can hurt those Iranians, the Iranian government. I'm not against the Iranian people, just can't stand the Iranian government. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and make a comment below. I always try to make a comment, and appreciate your time. Thank you.